yo, it's your girl Kissxs, and you know, is that my, no.
I'm a princess, a diva, and it's all about me.
Me, it's all about me. It's all about me. It's all about me. It's all about.
Hey yo, it's your girl Kissxs, cause you know, but I'm back with another video. I'm back in my little cute little robe, okay? But y'all requested a video that I did, but I didn't like it because I look dusty, crazy, a mess. So I had to get a little cute. Had to get my nails done, my hair touched up, and my feet done in order to do another video because I looked a mess and I was getting too comfortable. So the video was like a story time about the time the boy or a boy told me I had to eat before I went on a date. So let's get into the story time. So basically, around this time, I think I was like, what, 17, 18? I had to be 18. Yeah, 18. So, I was still in high school, and I didn't just get in a breakup with, did I just get it? I think I was officially done with my ex-boyfriend, and I started like talking to this other boy. I seen him like around like where I lived a lot, and down like near like in the city and stuff like that. But like I always had my uniform on, and I figured like he didn't want to talk to me, so I guess we started following each other on Instagram and stuff like that. He was real cool, real down to earth. We talked like every day, and this was like around like Valentine and stuff like that. And he was talking about how he wanted me to be his Valentine. He was telling me how he was going to buy me this big teddy bear, like, because I always wanted a big teddy bear on Valentine's Day, like a huge one with flowers, the whole nine. I always wanted that. So he was like, okay, we're going to see like where things go. So I'm like, okay, I'm getting excited for Valentine's Day. So I'm going to just say his name was K. Hopefully I remember it. So K and I just was just K and A. Okay, anyway, K and I just was talking like all the time and stuff like that. And when I mean like all the time in school, when I was in school, when he was at work, when I was on the bus, coming home, all the time. So he was like, he invited me to the movies. He was like, okay, I'm gonna take you on a movie date. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm getting excited for this movie date. When I tell you I was excited, y'all can ask my friend Tasia. Like, I was so happy. I was talking about this like all day because I had just got out like a toxic relationship and I was just done with it. So I was so happy to move on, start going on dates and stuff like that. But clearly I ain't going on a date. So he was like, okay, I'm gonna take you to the movies. We're gonna see this new movie and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, well, we could go this day. He was like, all right, after you get out of school. And the day that we picked was Valentine's Day. So after I get out of school, he calls me and was like, hey, I bought the tickets. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm walking to the sub. If anybody don't know what a sub is, a subway, like a train to get back and forth from Philly to suburbs. Yeah. So I'm walking to the sub, talking to my friends and stuff like that, and I'm talking to him. I'm like, okay, yeah, I just got out of school. I have to get home, get ready, and then like we can go. So he's like, okay, cool. But he was like, make sure you eat before you go. So I'm like, huh? Like, I haven't had a lot of boyfriends, but I've been on dates and I've dealt with people that always fed me, and I still deal with people that always fed me. So for you to tell me I have to eat before I go on a date, it just was like, what? Yeah, so for you to tell me I had to eat before I went on a date, it was just like, okay. I thought he was playing. So I'm like, okay. The type of person I am, the type of person that I was raised to be, it was more so I was raised, my mom told me, always have money in your pocket. Always. Every time you go on a date, have money. Because you never know what the mail's going to pull. You never know what's going to happen. You just never know. So always have money. So every time I go out, I always have my own money. So I thought he was playing when he said that. Like, I was so shocked. So I'm like, okay. And granted, I was still kind of going to go on the date because it was like, I was going to eat anyway. Or I was just going to buy my own food. But as I like thought about it, like I'm an overthinker. So as I thought about it, kept thinking about it. I'm like, what? So I'm talking to my friends, and my friend Tasia was like, girl, don't go. What? He's a dub. He's corny and stuff like that. So he's texting me at this point in time. Is like, oh, why did you seem angry when I said you had to eat before you go? So you know how girls do, they read it to their friends. And it was like, well, say because that's corny. Like, you don't tell, how you invite somebody on a date and then be like, oh, you gotta eat before you come on this date. So I told him that. He was like, it's mainly because I bought the tickets and you want me to feed you too. Like, what are you going to do? I'm going to do all this work and you're not going to do nothing. So I'm like, I don't know what other girls you dealt with, what other females you dealt with. But when you're dealing with me, you put your best foot forward. They can mean beat me, take me out, they can mean buy me gifts, whatever the case may be. But you don't tell me I gotta eat before I go. Even if you feel like, okay, you didn't have to say nothing. Just don't say nothing. Because 9 times out of 10, I'm just going to either eat or handle myself. But you didn't have to say anything. But, so then he was like, okay, well, are you still want to go? I was like, I don't know. I was like, how am I gonna get there? So he was like, well, I'm getting an Uber. So I guess you can meet me there. So I'm like, okay. So why can't you give me an Uber there? I just basically wanted to see where his head was at, because he was the type of person that was like bougie. Like always shopping, always buying like designer, just bougie. The way he walked, the way he talked, acted, all of it. So I'm like, okay, well, let me just see where your head is at. So he's like, oh, I have to get you an Uber there too. Like, why can't you? He was like, okay, well, I'll get you an Uber to my house and we could just go together. So I'm like, okay, cool. But then after I started thinking about you telling me I gotta eat before I go on this date, I just was like, you're not the one for me. Like, it could have been, it's small, but when you think about it and when you just like, I don't know, it's the principle. Yeah, it's small, it's something small, and that could have been the best date ever. But it's just more so of the fact that you had to say that. And you seem like a butthole because you did say it. And I don't know. And it's just like, everything's not 50-50. And once people start realizing that, then all their problems are going to go downhill, because everything's not 50-50. One person's always going to do more than the other. Whatever the situation may be. Okay, you bought the tickets and you fed me. Okay, cool. I could look at you like, all right, we can move forward. Or I could have sat there and gave you money to get back home. But because you told me to eat before I came on this date, no, it was a done deal, nope. And we ain't never talked again. I felt so bad. Like I didn't feel bad. But you know when you like somebody and y'all talking all the time, every day, all day, and y'all just stop talking. That's how it kind of was. It was like, dang, who am I talking to now? That's my problem. When I'm single and I'm in a talking stage, I be talking to one person. That's my problem. So then when I stopped talking to that one person, I was like, dang, who am I talk to? I'm gonna have to start over. That's the problem. But dang, my deep sucking eyes is dropping. But yeah, so that's what happened. I ain't never talked to Kate ever again. I think he unfollowed me and blocked me on Instagram after that. And he blocked me from his phone. And I only know that he did that because he was like posting all these like comments and stuff like that. I might have the DMs. He's posting like all this stuff like, oh, people are weird. You give people an inch, they want to take a mile. Everybody always wants to take advantage of you. So I asked him like, who you talking about? You talking about me? And he blocked me. I don't care. You still mad? I ain't going on a date. I don't care. So yeah, I just for future reference, I will not be going on dates or whatever happens. If you tell me to eat before I go on a date, the date ain't happening. Point blank, period. If you tell me, oh, Diamond, bring money before you come on this date, the date's not happening. Don't tell me do nothing. I come how I come. I ain't no dust button. I ain't dumb. I'm gonna come with my own money. Don't tell me do nothing. Don't tell me to eat before I come. Don't tell me to bring money before I come. Like, no. Now, it's a different story if you sit here and say, oh, hey, not on the first date, maybe like on the 10th or the 6th, say like, oh, hey, I don't really have money like that this week. Do you mind going half on this, that, and the third? I feel like if the connection is there, why not? I don't mind doing it. I don't mind doing it. We're going to the movies. Okay, hey, listen, I don't have money like that. Or do you mind buying the tickets and not buy the food? Or do you mind buying the food and not buy the tickets? I don't mind doing it. We go out to eat. Hey, I don't, like, do you mind, like, it don't, but don't tell me to eat before I come, and don't tell me to bring money before I come on the date, because the date's not happening. Nope, not at all. So bye. I'm done talking about it because I'm getting mad. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back with another video. Bye.
I'm a princess, a diva, and it's all about me.